he's going to die. And
Well, I'll barrage him with
before
questions.
you can do anything, he looks at you and he says, "Our guide to our way of life is on my shelf in my quarters. It falls to you, Tokar, to rebuild. Now, I'm sure you have much to ask. Get me off this thing."
And I do. Or I attempt to,
I
anyway.
totally. Right.
Oh, okay. So you move up and you start undoing the bonds at his feet, and Brax moves
I'll
forward.
help him.
Yeah, Brax is moving forward, and he's holding the abbot, kind of two halves together, so that when you free his hands, he doesn't just go flopping on the ground like a fish.
Right. With the rest of his guts flopping out.
Right. And then
I finally walk into the room.
And then you set him gently down on the sand ground as Ven comes walking around the corner and takes in this whole scene of what's transpired here.
I can't help it. I'm just like, who did this?
He looks at you and he says, "The Dark Lords have returned. They are again in this land, and our king must know. It falls to you to warn him before all is lost."
I just look to Tokar. Like,
I'm so distraught. Like I can barely talk. I just keep trying to help him, and I've got my water skin out. I'm trying to give him some water and stuff. I'm essentially like, at this point, I know he's a goner, but I'm taking care of him, trying to ease his passing.
Sure. And he looks over at you like you're an idiot. "You never learn, do you, Tokar? I go to meet Kai. This is glorious. And yet you still waste your resources trying to prevent me from doing that."
No, I just make it easier like I do all the soldiers who leave my arms.
And it is good. It is good.
I asked him if he saw anybody, if he like knew, not like just who attacked, but if there were anybody specific, like that he knows a name maybe that he saw, that maybe they conversed and said a name about why they were there or what they were doing. Maybe somebody that we can go and put an axe to their neck.
He thinks for a moment, and he looks at you and he says, "There was something. It was wearing red. No names. No names.
Cloak? Armor?
A red tunic. Tunic."
It's a sad state of affairs. Horrible sight for a sober man.
The abbot reaches over and he grabs Tokar by the arm. "You must get the teachings of Kai from my room. Go now." And then he releases your arm. And he looks over at Ven and nods.
Did you cut out there for a minute?
Did I?
I think you did. I heard nod, and that was about it.
Oh, he nods at Ven, and that's all he does. He just nods at you.
I give him a subtle nod back.
The abbot lays his head back, closes his eyes as a smile creeps across his face. He knows that he can pass on to Kai in peace now that there is at least one remaining member of the temple.
As he passes, I longingly take a few steps back and I walk back toward my warhammer. I pick it up with some resolve and I usher my way wordlessly toward the abbot's chambers and look for this, what was it called?
It's a tomb or a book.
Yeah, it's the Tome of the Kai. I had to give it a quick name because I forgot what it was called.
Yeah.
Should we bury him, Tokar?
Aye.
Well, I'll pull out my shovel and I guess here.
We'll bury as many as we can.
There's a lot here. There's
I was just thinking
there's like
him.
there's about 70 people total.
70
of varying ages. There's children that are just new initiates that are here. There's the bodies of the Kai, wandering Kai lords that have been decapitated. A lot of the bodies have been piled up and set afire. And then there's the abbot, of course.
So we'll bury the abbot, and we'll drag the rest of the bodies to the fires. And I don't know if there's any superstitions about people coming back from the dead or anything like that, but we'll go ahead and burn them.
No, there's no superstition like that, but it would be expedient to burn them.
Right. Well, I have a shovel, so I'm going to start digging a hole for the abbot.
Go get your book, dwarf.
Yeah, and I do that. I go up to the abbot's chambers and I grab the Tome of the Kai and I pocket it.
Okay, so as you walk into the chamber, you get a sense, or you get a good look around, and it's very plain. The Kai did not covet material wealth, and in fact, as you walk in, you can see on top of the dresser there's a small shrine to Kai with the tome open and facing outward, as though he were read a page from it and try. It almost seems like he was trying to commit this book to memory.
Okay. As
you close it and you stick it in your pack.
Whenever I come down and I start helping with the bodies, I want to check any of them for insignias as soldiers to see if I can't find anybody of rank or anything like that that would have been burned in this.
I've lost you.
Like soldiers of rank? What do you mean?
Like there were soldiers here, right? Do we have like a hierarchy or anything like that? I know like he's an abbot.
Yeah, I mean, all of them are dead. You're the last one.
Right.
So.
No. I know that. I'm just looking at the bodies to see if there was anybody on the ground that was of higher rank. Like I can tell the king, this person for sure, this rank was decimated, that rank was decimated.
Oh, I see. There are a couple of lower nobles. The Kai monastery had fallen a little out of favor with the years that have passed. Kind of like at one time they were the heroes of the land, and all the warrior lords sent their kids. But now it's been a long time, about 100 years or so, and the lesser nobles, the ones that are more devout, have sent their children here. It's unlikely that the king would know any of them.
Okay, I just want to make sure. So
he would know the abbot,
right?
But the abbot doesn't have any material wealth on him. While you're in the quarters on that shrine, you also saw a signet, not a signet, a necklace, like a holy symbol of Kai, on the dresser.
All right.
So if you wanted to take that, you could have. But that's about it. And you know that the king knows that. Well, you don't know. Hold on. Let me stop for a second. The abbot is the only person that is allowed to carry that particular necklace. So if you present that to the king will probably know that, oh shit, yeah,
All right.
that's this thing's true. All right, so as you guys start wrapping up the burial, what do you think you should do now?
Maybe camp outside. I don't know if it's getting late again. I'm sure he's probably tired. That's probably strenuous after a while, digging the hole, throwing him in, and then commence to burning bodies.
Yeah, it does take the better portion of the day, so it's getting dark, and it's a lot of work. There are beds here within the temple. You're not. Does anybody have tactics?
I don't.
Is that a feat or?
That should be a skill.
No.
Is that still a thing? And
Nuh-uh. I don't think it is in 5th.
Okay.
There's survival.
I think you're looking for either for survival or insight, depending on what you want to go with there.
Oh yeah, insight as well.
Yeah, let's go with insight. Let's have you guys make insight checks.
Well,
okay.
not a very insightful crew.
Well, you guys are under the impression that whatever did this may come back, so it's probably not safe to sleep here, even though there's beds and stuff.
Makes me wonder if it would we know if it would just be like a smaller, like a cleanup crew that comes through just to make sure, or if it's going to be like the whole fucking force coming back?
You can be relatively sure that it would not be a full force, though you don't know how big that partial force would be.
It could be a large scout team.
All right, I think maybe we just go off of the beaten path a little bit, but stay close so that we can see maybe if they bring torches or something. We can see whenever they come up, whenever we're on watch.
Aye, sounds good.
Okay.
And a good watch we must keep on this night.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a little bit of forest and a little bit of hill cover to the north west. There's a little bit of forest all around. I mean, it's pretty thicketed, and then there's a clearing where there's pretty well nothing but very, very tall grass that would probably serve as a decent campsite, and they're all within about 300 meters of the walls of the temple.
Okay.
Well, I guess we make camp just by the hills in the forest, just enough for cover.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. And so let it be written, let it be done.
So
all right, so you guys.
Yeah, and I think Brax will take first watch, and then we'll have Uriah do second watch, and then I'll wake up and do the third one.
Is that agreeable?
I'm in it.
Okay. So as you guys start making camp,
this time I want to really secure the horses.
Really secure. Okay.
Yeah.